Manufacture a quality product in the UK. I produce water pumps in Buxton, Derbyshire. Now, Rishi Sunak announced a policy of free ports. The introduction of free ports subsidises foreign imports in direct competition with myself and other manufacturers. It may create thousands of jobs in or near a free port, but it loses tens of thousands of jobs in the wider world of UK manufacturing.
Why then would he do it? Do you see what I mean? You're clearly more across. There's disputes at the highest level about how good or bad free ports are. But if your analysis is correct, why would a British Chancellor do it?
I don't really understand this. I don't think this lot understands business. I mean, I export myself over the world, so I know the problems of exporting. But I don't think the government do. I think it's all headline news. A few local jobs at a free port is actually the Trojan horse to get foreign importers a cheap way of manufacturing.
But I understood it to be more of a tariff postponement than a tariff cancellation. So in layman's terms, I suppose the obvious question I'd ask is, why can't you take advantage of free ports? And the answer is because you manufacture here. So what will change?
Correct.
If I manufacture in Timbuktu, then what changes with the introduction of a free port?
Okay. Let me put this in the context. I did a business trip to Australia and New Zealand to sell my pumps. I sell a little micro pump. And there's huge demand over in those countries, in particular New Zealand. However, logistically, it's very difficult because it costs me £35 to send a pump to New Zealand. So therefore, I've got a financial disadvantage of £35. Now, when you're starting to sell a product, you sell in small quantities. You obviously don't sell 1,000.
Yeah.
So
right.
In order to get into the market, I have to bear the cost of £35 postage on top of the cost of my pump. Now, if they had free ports over there, I could actually put a pallet load into a free port and then sell them locally, defer all the tariffs, defer the local VAT and sales taxes, and it's a huge advantage. So having a free port, I would have loved that if I could have got into the Australian and New Zealand markets. I've actually given up.
Okay.
I sell odds and ends.
I understand things a lot better than I did at the beginning of your call, for which I can only really be grateful. But obviously that doesn't butter any of your particular parsnips, does it?
No, what it does.
So I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to run out of time. I understand that. But because the B word wasn't mentioned in the budget yesterday, but actually this is Brexit, right? This is what people like Patrick Minford were perhaps predicting when they said that leaving would decimate manufacturing and agriculture in this country, because this Singapore-on-Thames dream, great news for massive foreign manufacturers, curtains for smallish domestic manufacturers, if I've understood you correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and free ports, they're not to the advantage of UK manufacturers at all.
And they are to the advantage of global investors and massive multinationals.
And even some little rip-off shop in Shanghai who wants to sell a rubbish product, they can now send a pallet in.
Okay. Well, again, I'm not as across this as you are, but that is a fairly fat fly that's landed in the ointment of Rishi Sunak's budget.